Hi, this is Rachel Wright here for Beard Bros Media and 420 CPA at the Benzinga Capital Conference. It's lively here. There's a lot of people here, a lot going on, very exciting energy. Today I'm here with Ricky Williams of Heisman. How are you?
I'm great, AG.
Thank you for coming and participating in an interview with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I hear you have a pretty in-depth story. I'd love to hear something about that. He laughs. It's a little.
Well, because I'm glad I can laugh about it now because the most in-depth story, when we're in the depth of it, it's hard to laugh.
Yes.
But on the other side, yeah. So this is back in the early 2000s. I failed a couple of drug tests for THC. I was an NFL football player and I got in a lot of trouble. And instead of allowing myself to get in trouble, I said, you know what, I'm just going to do something else.
Yeah.
And so I decided to retire and do something different. And so the way the story gets portrayed now is something that I was courageous to choose what was important to me rather than the money and the fame and all those other things. And there's some truth to that. I did realize that football wasn't very good for my body or my mental health. And cannabis helped me realize that and it helped me heal. And I've become a natural advocate for the power of cannabis and what it can do.
Yeah, it's great. It's funny because my son is in sports, and I said, "You're not doing football." Nope, because I'm worried about his longevity and things like that. So I said, "I'd rather you do something else, do track or something."
Well, I did.
Yeah, you have to think about that. And then I love hearing about your journey and kind of evolution. And I heard you traveled around the world and.
I did.
Yeah.
Now as I'm talking about it, I'm starting to get emotional.
Yeah.
Because what started off as that we would call recreational use turned into something that facilitated a spiritual awakening. Is that I got a more profound definition of who I was and what I was capable of, and it's allowed my life to become more fulfilling doing this than even as scoring touchdowns in the NFL.
Yeah, that's amazing because most people would be kind of chasing the other thing.
Oh, I did, and I almost killed myself doing it.
Right.
And I realized, maybe I should be chasing something else that's more meaningful and doesn't kill me.
Yeah.
And I've been able to find it, so it's
awesome. And you integrated cannabis into your company. You want to tell me about that journey as well?
Yeah, so it's a company, but I think at the heart of everything I do related to cannabis at this point in history is really advocacy.
Yeah.
And I think we all have unique journeys. If you all have unique experiences, I think there's very few professional athletes that played at the level I played that are willing to speak openly about their experiences with cannabis. And the special thing about that is the demands put on professional athletes are extreme. Physical, mental, emotional, relational, just it's a lot of pressure.
You're like a machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's so valuable to hear people who are using cannabis in that kind of context and are manifesting consistent success to share their secrets. Because I think if more people could find ways to manage stress and which leads to greater achievement, I think the world would be a better place.
Yeah, I'm sold. Yeah, so what's the evolution been in the NFL with cannabis?
So the evolution back in the early 2000s was if you do it, we're going to catch you and we're going to make you stop.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to be in the league. Okay. Then it evolved to only if you are showing us that you have a real issue, we'll do those things. And now they're saying, okay, if you show us you have an issue, we'll fine you, but we're not going to suspend you.
Oh, wow.
And hopefully the next step is we realize that this is helping relieve a lot of stress for our players, and it's better for them than some of the pharmaceuticals we give them. And so maybe we should start to suggest our players use cannabis as an alternative to pharmacy.
Yeah, I love that. More the clinical pharmaceutical approach, patient approach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that I feel I'm advocating for is I'm on a panel today talking about medicinal marijuana. And I think so much in medicine, what people are talking about now is the mind-body connection. And I think the conversations around medicinal cannabis, they give us an entree to be able to explore, research, and have more conversations about the mind-body. Because it's funny, when they talk about cannabis, they talk about it's a mind-altering substance. And then they talk about medicinal cannabis, but they don't ever talk about the two in the same context.
Yeah.
And so I think there's something there that should be explored more.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for example, I love doing yoga in the morning, almost every morning, and it helps with my body, which also helps with my mind. So, I think integrating that into a whole life, because we can't do anything else in our life unless our body's whole.
100%.
Yeah.
But also, mental stress
Right.
consumes energy that could be being used to heal the physical body.
That's just another aspect too, right?
Yeah, and right, if you talk to someone and they're down and their spirits are down and they're depressed, they heal so much more slowly than someone who's optimistic and upbeat.
Yeah. It's all mindset too.
It's all mindset.
Yeah. It's integrative.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah. So, how are you finding Benzinga? And I know you're about to go up on a panel in a little while.
Oh, this is great. I walk around, I'm like a superstar here.
Yeah.
I'm always saying, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. And so every time I come to a cannabis conference, it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good luck with your panel and your journey. Well, let me ask you actually also about your company. What is your company doing?
Heisman, yeah. So we're a brand, and it's business as advocacy. But an example is a lot of current athletes, former athletes, they see the brand and they say, wow, I can't believe what you did, right? Seeing me turn something that was a big point of adversity into something it's a business that's making a difference in the world.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing cannabis my way. Our tagline is Spark Greatness. And we don't, from my background, everything we did, the end goal was to manifest greatness on the field. Everything. Our diet, the pills you took, all of them. But my advocacy for cannabis is pointing to the fact that if we use this wisely, with the right mindset, it can help us achieve more on our.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I love it. So where do we find you in stores or otherwise?
Digitally, Heisman, Highsman, or on Instagram. And our website is Heisman.com. And we're in Illinois, Arizona, California, Washington, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Florida, and New Mexico. So,
Wow.
and we're also on the hemp side too, so we can be found Texas, a lot of places.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything internationally yet? Or?
We had some meetings today, and we're working on.
Oh, okay. So we'll stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ricky. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah. thanks
Really
for having me.
appreciate it. Looking forward to your panel too.
Oh yeah. Me
Yeah,
too.
awesome. So there you have it. Rachel Wright here for Beard Bros Media at Benzinga Capital Conference in Chicago.